The Leila Hormozi Path: Grit, Growth, and Grounded Success. Part 1. From Fitness Floor to Boardroom Powerhouse. Leila Hormozi didn't start in a boardroom. She started in a gym, literally. After college, she worked as a personal trainer, helping clients build strength, lose weight, and gain confidence. But behind the workouts was a woman observing systems, understanding people, and building a rare kind of internal discipline. While others were chasing likes or quick wins, Leila was learning how to build something that lasted. That early experience of showing up every day to guide people through discomfort would shape everything that followed. Most people think they need more motivation. What they really need is more clarity and more reps. Leila met Alex Hormozi during this time, and together they built Gym Launch, a company that helped struggling gym owners turn their businesses around. It wasn't an overnight success. They lived in hotels, worked absurd hours, and did things at a scale and intensity most people wouldn't tolerate. But the model worked, and the numbers proved it. Gym Launch helped thousands of gym owners generate real profit for the first time. But Leila wasn't just managing operations. She was redesigning how small businesses think. From lead generation to sales scripts to onboarding flows, she built the machine that allowed Gym Launch to scale. That was just the beginning. After Gym Launch, she and Alex launched Acquisition.com, an investment company that provides capital and expertise to help entrepreneurs scale past $3 million in revenue. Today, they manage businesses that collectively generate hundreds of millions in annual revenue. Leila's role? She's not the face. She's the foundation. She builds teams, crafts compensation plans, aligns executive vision, and coaches founders to become world-class operators. And she does it with zero fluff. People want to scale, but they don't want to become the person capable of managing scale. That's the gap. Leila's power lies in how she blends emotional intelligence with operational toughness. She talks openly about building self-confidence through action, facing hard truths, and being brutally honest, with others and with herself. Her content isn't sexy, it's surgical. It's the kind of advice that changes how you think forever, and it's resonated. Her insights have reached millions online. She's become a mentor to founders, a role model to women in business, and a silent architect of massive growth in dozens of companies. What makes Leila different is her clarity. She doesn't sell hype. She teaches frameworks. She doesn't chase perfection. She prioritizes execution. Discipline isn't glamorous, but it makes you unstoppable. Her story is not about sudden fame. It's about compounding effort. From the gym floor to equity deals, Leila Hormozi has built an empire by doing the work most people avoid. And that's why she's become one of the most trusted minds in modern business. Part 2. Discipline, identity, and playing the long game. If there's one principle that threads through everything Leila Hormozi teaches, it's this. Discipline is identity. You don't become successful and then act like a disciplined person. You act like one until you are one. Confidence doesn't come from telling yourself you're great. It comes from doing hard things and proving to yourself that you can show up. Leila talks often about what she calls identity stacking, the idea that every disciplined action becomes another brick in the foundation of who you are becoming. Wake up early, that's a brick. Show up when it's hard, another brick. Have the uncomfortable conversation, add it to the stack. Her transformation didn't happen by accident. She built it one rep at a time. She stopped asking what she felt like doing and started asking, who do I want to become? Every action became a vote for that future self. This mindset is radical because it removes the need for constant motivation. It reframes struggle as proof of alignment. She doesn't just preach this in business. She applies it to health, relationships, leadership, everything. It's not hard to get better. It's hard to be consistent at the basics long enough to win. Leila believes most people overcomplicate success. They chase hacks and short-term wins. instead of mastering the boring fundamentals. Her approach is different. It's not about being the most talented. It's about being relentlessly consistent. She wakes up early, trains, reviews numbers, reflects, plans, not for Instagram but for impact. Her schedule isn't about control, it's about alignment. She builds habits around who she wants to be, not what she wants to feel. And in doing so, she models a form of internal leadership that most people never experience. Your habits either reinforce who you are, or they erode who you could become. Leila also speaks often about earning your own respect. In a world obsessed with external validation, she reminds us that the most important audience is you. How you see yourself when no one's watching. When she shares stories, whether of scaling operations, turning around broken teams, or facing rejection, they're not framed as hero moments. They're framed as tests of identity, moments where you either fold or you decide to become someone new. And that's her deeper message. Discipline isn't punishment, it's permission. It gives you the structure to become free. Because when your choices align with your values, and your values align with your vision, that's when momentum becomes inevitable. Part 3. Systems thinking, operational mastery, and the heart of scale. Leila Hormozi has a rare superpower in the world of entrepreneurship: operational clarity. While most people chase vision and vibes, she dives deep into what actually makes a business work. And not just work, but scale. She's often said, if you want to grow, you need better people and better systems. Full stop. Leila believes the biggest mistake early-stage entrepreneurs make is building a business around their personality, being the center of everything. That's not a company, that's a prison. And she helps founders break out. Through acquisition.com, Leila has worked with dozens of portfolio companies, each stuck in a different kind of bottleneck. Team misalignment, undefined processes, clunky onboarding, chaotic financials. Her first move? Diagnose the system. Not the person, not the branding, the actual levers that drive the machine. Leila has developed a reputation as the operator who can walk into a $5 million business and immediately identify what's broken and what's blocking scale. Because she's not chasing trends. She's listening to data, behavior, and patterns. If you can't describe your business in a process, you don't have a business. You have a job. She sees businesses as a series of inputs and outputs. Everything is measurable. Everything has a cause. If revenue dropped last month, she doesn't panic. She tracks upstream. Was it the lead flow? The sales script? The offer positioning? She reverse engineers the breakdown. Her approach is calm, methodical, and deeply rooted in systems thinking. But it's not just logic, it's also leadership. Because Leila knows that systems don't run themselves. People run systems. And if your people don't have clarity, accountability, or proper incentives, even the best framework will collapse. That's why she spends so much time on culture, communication, and compensation design. She teaches companies how to build scorecards, set expectations, and create rhythms that remove guesswork from performance. If you can't explain to someone how they win, they won't stick around long. What makes her unique is that she's not an ivory tower strategist. She's been in the trenches. She's made payroll. She's rebuilt teams. She's gone from zero to millions and helped others do the same. Her advice is sharp because it's tested. She pushes founders to move from reactive chaos to repeatable execution. Not through hype, but through process. Because in her world, growth isn't magic. It's math. And if you build the right machine, the machine will build the momentum. Part 4. Health, habits, and high performance. For Leila Hormozi, health isn't a vanity metric. It's not about aesthetics or trends. It's about capacity, the physical and mental stamina to build, lead, and show up with clarity. Her background in fitness isn't just part of her origin story. It's a pillar of how she leads today. As she's often said, you can't build a strong business with a weak body. Leila trains daily, lifting weights, conditioning, moving with purpose. But it's not performative. It's fundamental. She treats her workouts the same way she treats her work, non-negotiable. Discipline in one area strengthens discipline everywhere. She's deeply influenced by the science of performance. She tracks sleep. She lifts with intent. She fuels her body with consistency. And she doesn't see any of it as optional. Because when you're building at the level she operates, every % of energy matters. Her diet isn't flashy either. It's focused, protein forward, simple, built around consistency and output. No obsession with trends, just what helps her show up clear, focused, and resilient. If your energy is crashing midday, it's not a time management issue. It's a systems issue. What makes Leila different is that she doesn't separate health from business. For her, they're the same game. Your body is the machine that runs your decision-making. Your habits are the code that runs your outcomes. And mental health? She's clear about that too. She journals. She reflects. She doesn't stuff emotions down. She gives them structure. She believes leadership begins with emotional regulation. If you can't manage your own state, you can't lead others through chaos. She's also open about her past insecurities, about feeling like she didn't belong or wasn't ready. But instead of spiraling, she anchored into habits, movement, reading, journaling, execution. They became her therapy, her leverage, her edge. The foundation of confidence is keeping promises to yourself. Her advice isn't glamorous, but it's grounded. She's not preaching self-love as a feeling. She's preaching self-respect as a practice. That's the Hormozi approach to health. Treat your body like a high-performance vehicle. Maintain it. Fuel it. Drive it with care. Because the sharper your body and mind, the more unstoppable your mission becomes. Part 5. Communication, character, and the power of presence. Leila Hormozi has mastered something rare in the business world, the ability to communicate with surgical clarity and emotional depth, without ever posturing. In a sea of noise, her words hit different because they're sharp, honest, and rooted in real results. She doesn't oversell. She doesn't sugarcoat. She speaks in a calm, measured tone that signals, this person has done the work. Her presence on podcasts, stages, or in one-on-one meetings is grounded, composed, and deeply intentional. You don't need to say more, you need to say what matters. Leila treats communication like an extension of leadership. Every word, every pause, every question, it's all a signal. To her, clarity isn't just about being understood, it's about being trusted. Whether she's coaching executives or breaking down systems on camera, she's not performing, she's guiding. And behind that guidance is one thing: character. Leila holds a deep belief that the best leaders aren't always the loudest, they're the most consistent. If your actions don't match your words don't matter. She talks openly about the importance of emotional maturity in leadership, about staying composed under pressure, choosing curiosity over ego, and listening more than you speak. These aren't soft skills. In her world, they're hard assets. That's especially true when it comes to difficult conversations. Leila doesn't avoid conflict. She approaches it with precision. She teaches that direct feedback isn't cruelty, it's kindness. Because clarity creates alignment, and alignment builds speed. Confusion slows execution. Clarity unlocks scale. And yet, she balances this with an uncommon grace. She doesn't lecture. She leads with questions. Her voice isn't filled with bravado, it's filled with belief. Not just in herself, but in the people she mentors. It's this rare combination, discipline and empathy, clarity and calm, that makes her so magnetic. She isn't just teaching people how to build businesses, she's teaching them how to build character, how to lead without ego, how to command respect without demanding it, how to stand in a room and own it, not because you shout, but because you've earned the right to be there. And in today's world of overexposure and underdelivery, that kind of presence, that's power.